What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be talking about a little game called Deadlock. I can't stop playing it. Valve has put it out, and it's an early access right now, and it's a VIP invite-only early access, and I got in. Are you familiar with League of Legends? Maybe Dota 2? Well, this game's a lot like that. It brings back the MOBA genre that seemed to die out back in the late 2010s, back when, the whole esports community was around MOBAs, and then a little game called PUBG came out and kind of wiped it clean. MOBAs were old news, but now we got a new one that is focused around shooting and abilities and spawning creeps and destroying towers and pushing forward to the enemy's base. It brings PvP back on its feet, baby, we're back! This game is also playable on the Steam Deck if you have one. Whenever you get an invite, just install it and start playing. And so you might be asking, don't we already have Smite? Well, this game isn't too unique, honestly. It's really not all that new in terms of ideas. Like I said, MOBAs back then were taking everything by storm in the gaming world. So to have a new MOBA out in 2024 that's trying to bring back the genre is actually quite interesting. I don't know if this actually is going to take off in a mainstream kind of fashion, but it does blend a lot of different game types into one genre that, again, has already been done before, but Deadlock does this really well. So I said it's not unique, but that's not exactly true. Deadlock has a 6v6 PvP system. You're going up against another team of 6, and instead of having 3 lanes, like top, bottom, and middle, you have 4 different lanes. So there's not a true mid. There's 2 middle lanes, but they're all spread evenly enough to where chaos is created and lane switching becomes a thing that you absolutely need to do. Like any MOBA, you take down the tower and you help out your friends. This one's a little bit chaotic in terms of how the lanes operate during, early and mid-game. So it's a lot like most traditional MOBAs in the sense that you shoot at creeps, you get last hits, you deny creeps, you deny the team XP and money to go buy upgrades and get abilities. Now, this is something that you absolutely need to do. This is a team game. If you've never played a MOBA before, it's not like Call of Duty where you just queue up for team deathmatch and you just start blapping the other team. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to work together, and so you really have to be in the team mentality, and it helps to play this game with friends or just a team that you're familiar with. Pub stomping isn't really that great. I mean, I've tried a few games. I've played about 5 hours or so. I've played solo most of the time, but I have ran into other teams that had, communications. They had comms. They were using voice chat in game, and they were calling the shots, and they were following orders, and we were just raffle stomping the competition. So this game has a handful of characters that are currently available right now to play, and I've only played about 3 of them so far. I like playing support characters, so I picked Viscus and Grey Talon to be on my queue standby. I've been getting mostly Viscus because I think he's the most fun to play. And we have other characters too. We have characters that are tanks, glass cannon, DPS, damage dealers. We have junglers, healers. Anything that you would expect from a traditional MOBA is in here. And yeah, there's definitely jungling in this game too. You can go between the lanes into the buildings and shoot the sentries there that will shoot back at you. There's little Buddha statues that are hidden around the map for junglers specifically. You destroy these little Buddha statues, and out come permanent upgrades to your character, like plus 4 damage, increased speed, or like plus 2% max HP, stuff like that. So you could essentially get a lot done just by jungling, and you could do that, or you could play a lane, or you could really do whatever you want to do. Whatever your favorite kind of role to fill in a MOBA is, you could do it here. Another pretty cool thing about this game is there's a bit of a fast travel system. If you die, there are 4 zip lines above you that go to your lane, whichever lane you want to go to. So you could just hold space and get on a zip line and be there pretty fast right where your creeps are fighting. Wherever your creeps are fighting, that's where the zip line cuts off and you will fall down. So you can't go any further than your creeps. So another thing about this MOBA is it really kind of throws 2 big genres together. Like, it's not a point and click kind of deal. You're actually out there shooting, using abilities, jumping, all kinds of platforming involved. You know, it's not point and click where you take your character over and fight. It's nothing like that. So in terms of complexity, this really gives the MOBA a kick in terms of the spiciness level. If you've never actually played a MOBA before, you might be a little bit confused. You actually have to level up and buy items for your character. So you get even stronger and stronger as the game goes on. As the creeps get stronger as well, they attack you. Your creeps will attack their creeps, of course, and creeps will actually heal you in this game. So, you know, as you stay in your lane, you're not actually at the mercy of just getting destroyed while you're in your lane. But I mean, there's characters that will get destroyed. They have very low HP, but they just do a crazy amount of damage and push the lane very fast. So just yesterday I started this game and I wanted to give it a try because I did get an invite, and thankfully the game is just so much fun. There's not too many games these days that just makes me sit down for like 3 hours, okay, and play 3 games. The games are pretty long. They can go up to, you know, at least 30 minutes it seems, if it's just a medium length game. But I could see games going on for about an hour. So if you're going to play this game, you know, take about an hour out of your schedule at the minimum if you want to play 1 or 2. Now, I just love MOBAs, you know, every character gets their own set of abilities and ultimates, and all these items synergize with each other, and you're helping your team, and it's just a really good time. It's really addicting, really gets the dopamine pumping, and I think that Deadlock here is a winner, even in its early alpha testing phase, whatever you want to call it. Now, whenever you load up the game, it's just like obviously a Valve game. You have a menu that looks like Dota 2, or maybe even CSGO. You know, it just has all of the trademark Valve inputs in the menus and in the settings. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I really don't know if this is going to revive the MOBA genre in its glory days, how it used to be. I don't think it's going to be, although people have been hyping this game up pretty heavily over YouTube and social media. People have been talking about it, especially after the failure of Concord. Valve decided to say, hey, we're making a MOBA too, and you know, it's in alpha testing right now, and anybody who is playing the game can invite their friends, and people have been logging on quite a bit, and it's been over 150,000 players playing the game right now. So how do you get an invite? You have to know somebody that is playing the game. So if any of your friends right now on Steam are playing Deadlock, give them a message. Say, hey, invite me, please. I gotta play this game. Another way you can get invited is if you randomly get an invite by Valve themselves. They're just sending out random codes. Well, they're not really codes. You just get an invite and you hit accept and you are able to play the game. Maybe I should give away invites. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Hit the like button, maybe drop a few comments, and I might post my Steam friend code. I'm truly hoping that this game succeeds, even though the MOBA genre has been kind of dead lately, and everything else has taken over, like Battle Royale, and even then, I don't know how much longer Battle Royales are going to last. So what are we going to next? Are we going to circle back to MOBAs? Back to The glory days. I don't know, guys. Just get an invite and start playing and tell me what you think.